Hey guys, welcome to episode number 12. Liverpool v Brighton, finishing 3-3. Now, I'm not sure if you saw that little 3 or 4 minute clip I put up on TikTok with my little rant on last, I believe Sunday evening, whenever it was. Terrible, disgraceful, crap. And I think Dazza is too disappointed to come on in today's episode. But if he does, then I'll add him. Guys, seriously, I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know. I'm watching us play and I'm absolutely quiet. Absolutely quiet. I mean, it is terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I don't want to be critical of Jurgen Klopp, because who am I to be critical of Jurgen Klopp? But this obviously playing favourites is ridiculous. For example, why take off Tsimikas? Now, I've been very, very critical of Tsimikas, but you play him in that game. I think out of the back four, he was the best player. And our back four wasn't that great, but he was the best player. You take him off to put on James Milner. I don't know what to say. Why? He wasn't playing that bad. Then, I mean, Jordan Henderson. Was he the reason that we played really piss poor, leading to the first goal? Was he? I don't know. But we're getting to a point now where the midfield needs a complete. I mean, it's not just bringing in one or two players; it's an entire overhaul. Van Dijk, the worst out of the back four, just had a horrible game. He hasn't even been playing that well anyway for this season, if you ask me. He's had his moments where it's okay, but he hasn't really been playing well. I think he's been crap for a lot of the time. Matip, marginally better. I think you get into this mindset like, who's going to replace me? And Klopp is going on about, what do you want? You want Ronaldo to be top? Do you think Ronaldo's at the top of his game? And Klopp, look, at the end of the day, they're not playing well, and it's not just one or two players. It's we if you're going to get a 3-3 draw at home to Brighton and concede 2 goals in 20 minutes at home to Brighton, well, then you're going to have to cop some slack. And instead of just always defending the players, they need a shake-up. This is crap. Now, I did say in my video that my first impression of that game was we at least played with a bit of intensity. It wasn't a Napoli game. We didn't start like we did against Manchester United, or Fulham even. There was intensity. We did have a desire to try to win the game. I didn't find anyone in that game was down tools like it felt like against Napoli, but it didn't come off. We lacked the composure. We lacked the concentration. I think Fabinho had a bad game. Henderson had a bad game. Thiago probably had the best game out of the whole all midfield. But why have Harvey Elliott on the bench and not start Henderson? Why start Henderson and keep Harvey Elliott on the bench? Harvey Elliott, he's the future of this football club. Darwin Núñez, the future of the football club. Salah, I mean, you take off Bobby. 2 goals, he's on his hat trick. To keep on Salah, I don't know. I mean, Luis Diaz. I mean, I would have kept Bobby on and try to shift things around. I mean, Carvalho didn't have a bad game. I mean, I didn't see enough from him in the first half. But again, he's the future of this football club. Javier, the future of this football club. Kanate, when he comes back, should be Kanate and Matip and start benching Van Dijk until he can come back to form. What happened to this injury? What happened to his mindset in that injury? It's like is it really worth being out for 9 months? I don't know. Alisson, I thought he had a good game. Some people were talking about how he could have done better in the third goal. Look, I think that the way the defense and the midfield's been playing, and I still feel like he put off some good saves. I'm giving him a 7 that game. I think it would have been a lot more. I thought he played all right. Van Dijk for me gets a 3. Simicast up until the point he got taken off. I don't know why. Why, Klopp? Why? Why did you take him off? For Milner. Simicast for me was about a 6. Trent Alexander-Arnold was a 5. I mean, but the thing is, he's playing this way. We can see the first goal because he's on that side again. Van Dijk probably could have done better closing down players, but he's out of position again. And in this time, you can't blame Klopp for being too far forward. He was just out of position. Defensively, he just doesn't read the game well enough. He just doesn't. There's nothing we can do about it. He just doesn't. That's the truth. He just doesn't. And when the midfield is playing like they are, now teams are understanding how we play now. They understand how we play. We need to shake not just the players, but the formation, the tactics. Something needs a bit of a shake now because people are working this out. It's like every team knows what to do against us now. It's pretty straight. It's pretty obvious what to do against us. I mean, it's absolutely shite. I mean, it's just so obvious, like what teams are going to do. They're going to pump the long ball. They're going to play the counter attack. They're going to look for us to go too far forward. We need to shake things up. For me, Trent Alexander-Arnold's a 4. Van Dijk's a 3. Matip's a 5. Simicast a 6. Fabinho a 5. Henderson a 4. Thiago a 7. Salah a 5. Bobby Firmino an 8. Cavalier, before he got taken off, was about a 5. And Luis Diaz was a 6 with the assist. I thought Luis Diaz did all right. And then he brings on Nunes so late in the game because I thought he was waiting to see what would happen, but it didn't work. It didn't. We've got an $85 million player now. And I understand because of the international friendlies, guys. I understand. For me, he scored a goal. And okay, he doesn't start the game, Nunes. But surely he comes on. See, for me, Klopp can say all the bullshit he wants in the press conferences. You really know what he thinks of a player by the substitutions. When the substitution is made, how often he's substituted, and when he really wants to get a win, you know what he really thinks of the players. You can just read the substitutions and you can tell what Klopp thinks. So I don't know. I really don't know what else to say for this. This is going to be a very, very short podcast. Daz is not here. There's really no need to really go on anymore. Formation, players, and tactics overall need to be overhauled. I mean, we're going to play Arsenal. For me, it's a 2-horse race. It's City and Arsenal. And if we defend like we have been all season, it can be bad. It can be very, very bad. When we play Man City, I think we beat Man City in the Community Shield, and it gave this team. I mean, Klopp talks about confidence. We beat Man City, we draw the first game of the season against Fulham. What are you talking about confidence? We beat the team's going to win the Premier League. You thought you would have started Fulham with more confidence, and you play like we did against Fulham. This is not a confidence thing. This is definitely a mindset issue, but it's not because they lack confidence. This team's got too much arrogance. For me, it's the opposite. Milner shouldn't be playing anymore. Henderson's got to go. Keita's going. Who else? For me, Henderson, Milner, Keita, Alexander, Oxlade-Chamberlain's got to go. That's 4 midfielders gone at the end of this year. Where's this Arthur Mello guy? What's happening there? Like, what was the point of that? Like, well, that's just typical FSG. Like, before I would ever start singing Klopp out, For me, I'll be FSG out. And I will always FSG out. I mean, obviously, they were a lot better than those clowns before, but I will always be FSG out because it just is. Klopp, definitely stubborn with the way he manages players. I feel like he always feels he's on the defensive all the time, so he's got to defend the players, so he's got to play a certain way, so he's trying to get them out, but it's costing us points. And the way we play needs to be changed because these guys can't do it. These guys can't do it. We've got to change. We've got to hit Arsenal with some surprises because we're not going to beat it. If we go out playing the same way, attempting to do the same things, we're going to get smashed. We're going to get smashed. And you heard it here first. We're going to get smashed. We need to change something big time. Now, we can start. You can prove me wrong. The intensity can be there and we win. All right, great. I hope so. I hope so. This is not one of the things where I hope I'm right and Liverpool end up losing. I don't want us to get smashed. I want us to win. But for me, I think these players, they're getting high on their own supply and they need to shake up. I mean, Salah, what did he do? What did he do? I mean, you give a guy that much money. You get rid of Origi and Minamino to pay for his wages. Where's he going to go from here? Liverpool have got successful because we always had players feeling like they had something to prove. Alisson, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Trent, Robbo, all these players, Wijnaldum, Lallana, even Henderson, up until this point, I think he's proven it now. Salah, Mane, most of our transfers came from players. People went, you bought Van Dijk, you bought Fabinho, you bought Wijnaldum, you bought Lallana, Mane, 37 million? Mane? Really? Salah? Who's Salah? Did the guy bomb out at Chelsea? But they've proven it. We got to start putting in the players that have something to prove or that can keep the intensity with the composure, I don't know. I mean, the era of the Milner and Henderson got to go. Keita got to go. They don't want to play there. I was always a fan of Keita. I always thought him wearing the number 8 shirt showed gusto. Showed he's got the barley, But didn't really work out. Too many injuries. I was always a fan of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I thought he was really that awesome player that could help us transition from the midfield to the attack. Did it really happen this time? No, didn't happen. Happened in glimpses, but I thought he really had potential to be something big. Definitely. I still don't want Klopp. I'm not a Klopp out. No, it's going to take a lot more than this. But I would say his tactics are stubborn. His choice of players are stubborn. People are working this out. Stop talking bullshit in press conferences where people know it's bullshit. And just cop it. Not good enough. We'll work it. We've got things up our sleeve to change it. Tell us what we need to hear. You've got a plan. You keep going about, okay, if they keep picking on Trent, so fine. He's the easy target. He's not in good form at the moment. We're working on his positioning defensively. Everyone knows he's got a problem with defending. Stop saying he's good at being a defender at right back because he's not. He's not defending like a Gary Neville. But yes, we know he's attacking prowess. He's world class. We know he can go forward. But we can all see every player's got their faults. So now it's just being really magnified because at midfield is falling apart. And midfield doesn't have the control and the composure in the game like we used to have. And that's the problem. So when you've got all that control, all that possession, teams are fearing us, they don't know what to do, then our weaknesses are really, really hidden. And when they do pop up, they pop up in small moments. Now it's like every team knows what our weaknesses are and they go for it. And they just focus on that, overloading that area, which is smart. To me, Trent Alexander-Arnold is better playing him I'd rather have him in the midfield than Milner. And at times that game should have been Fabinho, Elliott, Thiago. I know Henderson played for. Really, he didn't even play that much anyway. And I'm sick of this crap with his favoritism, with Klopp trying to throw on James Milner, like for Simicast. I'm not being critical. The guy played decent. What is the messaging that is being sent when you play decent and you get taken off? What does that tell the players? Or if they play well, they don't play in the next game. Not good. Not good. Guys, I'm ending it there. Daz is not here to give his commentary on the crap game. But mark my words, if we go out like this, as we did against Brighton, with the same formation, with the same players, with the same tactics, with the same approach, with the same lack of composure and concentration in the middle of the park and control in the game, we're getting smacked. Big time. Smacked. Like Mike Tyson and Peter McNeely, right? Like, boom, not for the knockout. We're out. It's over. Change it up, Jurgen. Change it up. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining. Leave us your comments. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And all of your comments and opinions, even if you're telling me I suck, I'm bald, I'm fat, I don't know what I'm talking about, all good, all welcome. We love it all. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a wonderful day.